Hi there, this is Umar Ahmad. I'm your instructor for the course which is Building Information Modeling using Revit, and this is the lecture 4 of our series, which is primarily based on how you can create a model in Revit. So this is the first step for you guys to develop your professional skills in this software, and in this lecture we will create a drawing from scratch. So without further ado, let's get started in this lecture. So first of all, I'll clear all the tabs that I have opened in the last project, and we'll start from level 1. You click on the floor plans and click on level 1, and there you go, you are now on the floor plan section of the Autodesk Revit. So the first step in creating a drawing is for you guys to create and click on wall. Click on wall and we create a sample floor plan in Revit. Let's say that it's a big home. We are not creating a small home, and for illustration purposes, we'll make it unrealistic. But you can go with the dimensions. So let's suppose this is the home that we are making. It's 6 inch this deep. It's if yeah, it's 10 feet this. Now over here you can see that I'm moving the wall above, but it's snapping from this location, so that means you don't have to be aligning this all over and over again. It automatically remembers the last um, snap that the wall is attaching to. So you can see that it's snapping, so I'll click on over here and then I'll move the wall, so you can see that the same center line is now moving ahead. The last one we created was of around 24 feet, so I'll make it the same proportion as 24. Now notice that you do not have to just reading the above screen, you have to do it manually. From your keyboard, press 24 and click on the above comma, and you have the 24 feet over here. So click enter and there you go. The 24 feet wall is now created. Similarly, I'll drag the home and make it a bit, giving it a bit of depth, and we have around 40 feet of deep home. Then we have this section. I'll make it 3 feet and 6 inch wide. I'll drag it over here, same as the above, and then I'll close the door. Notice that it's just the representation of a floor plan. It's not an actual floor plan. So if by somehow you have to change some of the features of this home, you can change it very easily. You just have to delete some of the sections and can make the drawing completely all over again, or just modifying some of the features in this home. Now, now let's for the time being and for the easiness, I'll delete this by selecting it and deleting it. And now I'll click on this wall and I drag it right up to this point, and you can see that this has now become a single element. Previously it was two different distinct walls, but now it has become a one solid body. Now let me show you guys how it appears from the top. I'll make and shrink it for a moment so that we have a typical 5 marla home, and there you go. You see that it's now turning into something. It's now having some shape, and uh, give me some time. Yeah, yeah, there you go. You can orbit it by clicking on shift and the center mouse button. So you can see that it's having pretty decent shape just by creating the walls. Already our model is taking shape of a realistic home. Now let's go back to the floor plan section. I'll click on the level 1 again, and let's make some of the features in this um, in this home. So the first thing you have to do is you have to create a floor for this home. So I'll click on the floor, and you can see that in order to create a floor we have very different options available over here. You can create it by line, but what I prefer is by pick walls method. What is pick walls method? It means that the walls we have created, I'll just click on this wall, and there you go, we have our this pink line right below this exterior wall section. Similarly, I'll click on this one, and we have created a pink line on this exterior boundary of the wall. And similarly, I'll select each one of it, but it will take some time. So the best trick is you highlight this wall, and from your keyboard you press tab. I don't know what's the issue, but yeah, from if that doesn't work, we'll go on manually. But yeah, you can do make it from inward by clicking on this two-way switching option. So the first one was on exterior wall boundary, and this is on the interior wall. So click on it, and we'll place it on the exterior wall again, and there you go, our floor has been created. I'll click on this plus option, and there you go, a solid body below our walls has now been created. You see, previously it was open, but now we have our floor created right below the wall. So let's make some rooms right into this floor plan and make it very realistic. So I'll click on this wall section again, and let's place some rooms in this house. So let's suppose it's 10 feet wide. I'm typing from keyboard, and I'll press enter, and there you go, we have our one room created. Similarly, I'll create other one adjacent to it, and let's make it a bit wider. Follow through, and I'll explain you guys how you can change different sections in it. But first we have to learn it from scratch. And yeah, there you go, from center and center. So basically what I did was I'm snapping right between these things. You see, I have a little triangle, that means it's the center point of this wall. If I if I'm on the corner, you can see it's a square, and if I'm in the middle, it's showing the center point. It's very similar to that of AutoCAD, and yeah, I believe if you have used AutoCAD, it's very similar to that. But if you have no idea or have never used AutoCAD, you can use Revit very easily. AutoCAD is a bit complex. Revit is way too easy, and I'll show you guys in a moment. So yeah, we have created two walls under this house. This is our entrance, and this is our other portion. So we'll create kitchen on this end, and yeah, we can add some lobby area on this section, and I believe that will do the job for us. So yeah, I think we have to make these rooms a bit taller because it's very small. Let's make it pretty even and change this height. So if you want to change the height of this thing, click on the wall which you want to change the height from the base, and I'll type 14 feet 14 feet and press enter, and now the height has been changed. Similarly, if you want to change the height of this wall, what you have to do is you have to type from your keyboard A and L, and click on this section, Let me zoom in a bit, and you can see that now it gets highlighted. It's basically an alias or shortcut for aligning. So I'll click on it, and you see we have our alignment line right over here. I press on this wall, and now it's aligned straight up to the this wall. I'll press escape to get out of that command and press again as escape, and there you go, we have our walls aligned to this one. So yeah, let's add some windows and doors into this property and make it more realistic. So I'll click on this door, I'll click on load, and you can see that there are a lot of doors, but I'll click on this door section. I'll move to residential one. Now you can see we have double glass, double full glass wood door, and I'll select this one and click open. These are the default width and heights of this door. I'll select the first one, or maybe we can select go with the last one because of the available space to us, and click on OK, and there you go, the door has been loaded right into this Revit. So I click on this wall, and you see that the door is being added right into the this center point of this wall. Now let's go into 3D view and see what does it look like. Now there you go, we have very decent door added into the wall. Now you can see that the thickness of the entire uh, building is very high than the actual building in Pakistan. So we'll change the default heights just by selecting one wall and pressing tab. You can select the entire property, and you can see that the default thickness is set as 20, but we'll not change the thickness, we will rather change it to level 2. Now click on apply, and there you go. Now we have some walls that weren't selected, so I'll select them manually by clicking on the control and selecting all the walls, and I'll then select level 2 again, and there you go, we have very decent kind of floor plan being created. So yeah, let's move back to the architecture plan and add some windows as well. I click on window, and I'll change the and I'll load some new windows. Just like we added the doors, we'll add windows. So you have to search for windows, slide downwards, and you see that the window is right at the bottom. You click on these windows, and it will load all the windows available. Let's suppose for Pakistan construction practice, these are the very popular windows right in Pakistan. You have other options as well. You can select any of the um, windows that you prefer. If you are working in an online project, there are a bundle of families available. My bad. I'll move back again. I'll go back, and I'll go to the windows again. And we have dozens of options available to us. So let's suppose this is the window we are selecting, window sliding double glaze and double pane, sorry, and we'll go to the bottom, and we'll select 5 feet cross 5 feet, and I'll click on OK, and you see that this file is already being loaded. So I'll click on override existing parameters, and it will update the Revit family. So now the window is being uploaded. I'll place it in the wall. I'll place it on this wall as well, similarly on this section and on this section. Also there are other windows available to us as well. Let's suppose we select this window casement so that we can make the property look more appealing, and there you go, I'm adding it straight into the house. Now let's go back to 3D view and see our floor plan. You see that windows, the pre-built windows have been fitted very decently into the model, and the house is already taking pretty decent shape. Let's go back to the floor plan view, and um, let's place a roof so that the house plan can be completed and we can continue the lectures uh, from the next slide. So let's add the roof over the house, and currently you can see that the highest point selected is level 2. So I'll click on yes, and you can see that the overhang for the roof is 0. What is an overhang? Overhang basically means that how much your roof is outward projected from this wall. So let me show you guys. For this case scenario, we'll select 6 inches and I'll press enter, and there you go. You see that it is going outward from the wall. Now you can change it up to 1 feet, and you can see the difference. I'll press some I'll press uh, the button from my mouse, and you can see that this line is being created. This purple line means that we are still in the edit shape. Now similarly, I click on this section, I'll click on this wall, I'll click on this wall, I'll click on this, and I'll do it one by one, and the last one. Now I press tick, and you see that we have received an error. What does this error mean? It means that uh, our walls are currently intersecting. So I'll click on continue to edit this feature. Now what you can do is you can basically press escape, and then you select this and you drop it right up to this point. Similarly, you select this one and you just have to intersect it with the line, and this is the last one which is intersecting. So I'll click on this one and I drag it to the bottom, and you see it's now very regular. I click on tick, and now our roof is being added. Look at this, how beautiful this house looks now. Very decent, very mature, very appealing. Like if you want to do a project, you can easily do it for clients. You can create very decent drawings in Revit. So yeah, this is the lecture 4 of our Revit series, which was based on how you can create a professional model in Revit. And I'll see you guys in the next lesson, where we'll be uh, creating annotations in this model, and basically making it more user friendly, more appealing, and adding extra features to it. So thank you so much everyone. This was the lecture 4, and I hope you really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Goodbye.